Good morning, beauties. How are you feeling today? Take a few moments to drop in with that, right? We walk around often and say things like, "How are you?" "I'm fine." Yeah, and obviously, we are not necessarily going to go into a deep dive with every single human being that we encounter and that we might smile at or nod at or say hello to. However, when you are asking yourself, how are you feeling? And when I ask you, how are you feeling today? Right? As from my perspective, it would be an opportunity and an invitation to just take a moment to breathe, right? I'm a broken record when it comes to the power of slowing down our breath, and I will repeat, rinse, repeat on that one. That's just everything, because for so many reasons. But number one, it doesn't require that you buy anything. It doesn't require that you go anywhere in particular, except go home to your body. And it absolutely 100% works to bring yourself back to some state of nervous system calm and stasis, right? How are you? I know that when I've shared this kind of breathing with clients, even in person, right, to inquire about whether they'd like to try this on for size, and sometimes the sound part really creates a lot of clenching, like, ooh, I feel almost embarrassed to be making these kinds of sounds, right? And so this is part of how we've been constricted and constrained by outer effects, and those can be people, places, things, cultures, right? The world at large, how we were raised, etc., can say things to us like, don't make that sound in particular, or even don't sing, or don't express yourself with a lot of vigor and a lot of enthusiasm, and don't hum, or there's a lot of stuff about our voice and our throat. So this breathing out loud with sound, with the AHH sound on the exhale, can feel a little bit, right? You tell me, right? Is it embarrassing? Does it create some kind of self-consciousness? So you are, and we are, and I'm inviting you to reclaim your own body back from these overlords, so to speak. That sounds extremely dramatic, but it's an effective term, that have been oppressing your body, your sovereignty, your ability to express, your ability to even know how you feel in your body, all the impositions of how you're supposed to look, sound, act, what sort of career you're supposed to have, etc., etc. So we're going to start always with reminding and remembering and inviting, reuniting, reclaiming your body back from the, I'll name it, almost militaristic rule system, right? Get in this box, get in that box, and then it's often, get in this box, but no, not now, not this box anymore. It's that box over there. Figure out how to fit into that box over there, and we'll tell you which box it is. Yeah? So, again, not to go into us and them, but to be awake and aware of what it is that is happening, right? There are energetic qualities, and they've always been here, but they're rising in intensity right now. And I might call them following the rules and breaking the rules, or convention and chaos just came into my mind. But chaos breaks apart convention, and then perhaps we start to choose to reinvent ourselves based on remembering ourselves. As I may have mentioned and will continue to mention, words and the use of words are extremely powerful and important to me. I feel that we cast spells as we speak, and we have spells cast over us as words are spoken over us. Now that can come in the form of parenting, school, advertisements, etc. Okay? So remembering yourself, if you took it into re and member, right? The membering, your arms, your legs, putting everything back together again, right? Where's my head? Where's my mind? Who has been taking possession of my mind? I'm going to reclaim myself and even rename myself, right? There's so much power in the word, okay? In the word, your words. It's interesting and it's effective, and here's a little exercise. Start to make note, and I mean literally note, right? By hand with a little pencil and a little notebook. Maybe you carry that around with you, OG, right? Bring out the actual writing implements and make note of the words that you notice that repeat often in your head, right? They may be oppressive words, they may be negative, they may be punishing words, they may be very positive, beautiful words. Just start making note of the really common words that you find flying into your head, right? And you're going to just start listing them. And then you can notice, okay, which of these words are nourishing to me? Are these uplifting me? Are these allowing me to feel free? There might be a further deep dive. Where did I first hear these words? Are they true? Is this something I want to keep carrying around? Then you start assembling another list of words that you are going to utilize to counter, to harmonize, to bring yourself into a new lexicon, a new set of words that you perhaps aspire to, right? Aspirational words. Yeah. And this is not sort of simplistic kind of new age, just repeat these words over and over again and everything in your life will change. This is embodied. This is an embodied practice, right? Where you are really going to notice for yourself what has been flying around in my head. What do I wish to leave, right? Often I use the metaphor of what kind of heavy suitcase have you been carrying around for a long time? Just on automatic, right? Not even almost knowing what's in the suitcase. It's just really heavy, and you sort of feel compelled to carry it all the time. Let's look at the words. Let's look at the language that's flying through your head, that's consistent, right? Perhaps oppressive. And you put the suitcase down. At least you let go of the handle with your hand, right? You're taking some of your power back. You're not being unconscious and asleep to this litany, right? That's been crashing through your brain, maybe since you were a tiny little person. right? Or you heard those words spoken over you, etc. And then eventually, right, you're like, I'm going to open the suitcase and I'm going to see what's inside. That's where we are with writing down the words that you find ricocheting around this mysterious thing called the mind. And then you start creating a beautiful list of aspirational words, but that have a feeling tone that feels good in your body, right? So let's say, right, that there's a word like stupid happening inside your head, and that it's aimed and directed at you, at yourself, right? Oh, that was so stupid. You're so stupid. How could you be so dumb, right? Things like that. Taking these, putting them down on paper, there's a huge, beautiful practice where when you take things out of your body and you actually use your hand to write them down on a piece of paper in a notebook, you can start to actually really choose to decide, I'm taking this stuff out of my body and I'm going to put it over here on this piece of paper. Now, at some point, right, you might just keep doing that. You just keep writing them like, no, I've got to get this out of here. You might do a ritual, right, where you actually burn the paper, right? You might freeze the paper, right? Actually put it in, like rip it up, put it in ice cube trays, put it on ice, bury the paper, put it in water, earth, air, fire, water, right? Using the elements. Any of this kind of what we might call magic is quite simply just deciding to be conscious and to ritualize your own empowerment as you choose to empower yourself by noticing what you are saying, what you are thinking, what actions you are taking, and actually pondering, pausing. Pause is one of my favorite words, right? I like tattooed on the inside of the wrist. Pause, right? Pause. Take a beat. Breathe. Get your hand on your body. Notice. Wait, what was I just saying? What was that thought? Oh, no. Right? No, actually, no. No, thank you. I'm not interested in that anymore. And then when you've assembled a list of beautiful, aspirational, feeling tone words that help you to feel good, you can start to retrain yourself toward a new horizon. You are reclaiming yourself from the coat check, so to speak, right? You are saying, I don't want this suitcase anymore. I'm leaving it here at the station, and I've already looked at what's inside, and I do not need that anymore. I don't need that because I've paid attention. I've looked at it. I'm not unconsciously spooling out this thread over and over and over again in a loop. Now, is it easy? Is it instantaneous that the minute you notice, you just stop? No, it isn't. But this is what I am talking about here. This is what I'm sharing here. How to use tools that exist inside your body. Pause. Lean back is another good one, right? Literally, take your body, lean back when you're about to react. Lean back. Breathe. Bring some more ease into your body so that you can be in a state of pause and reflection in order to respond and then reclaim your power back. Give yourself the gift of contemplation. It doesn't have to be fancy. It doesn't have to be, a 30-day retreat somewhere, right? It's you, with you. Your body is a miracle. Your body is your messenger. Your message is in the mess, as I've said before here. It's in the mess. Okay? That's where the gold is. But it's taking conscious the word delivery came in, and that is not what's going with that sentence, but there's something about receiving the special delivery. Okay, as you know or may not know, right, I work with humans, and sometimes in a more therapeutic role, but often, right, the channeling is part of the therapy. And so sometimes words just are like, boom, hey, wait a minute. And so I listen. So take delivery of the special delivery gift that is being offered to you at this time. If you are here, right now, just with this little offering that I'm sharing here, that means there's something in you that is saying, I am ready to make a change, to receive something new. And it's the law of the universe, give and receive, right? So release and then allow and welcome in. So what are you willing to release right now? And to be able to acknowledge, okay, this is going to take some intensity. This is going to take some focus. This is going to take some discipline. Again, that word, those discipleship. What are you a disciple to? When you become a disciple to yourself and to your own sovereignty and to returning to self-love, that's it. That's when you remember. That's when you remember yourself. You return yourself to yourself. And then you can really start to unfurl your wings and you can remember how to fly. Because that is in you. It is coded in you. No, it's not just coded over there in that person or that person. No, it's in you. It's in each one of us. Each human being who is so courageous, each soul that's so courageous to take human form, don't give your power away. Any kind of hierarchical system that tells you that you are not that up there, no, that's old. That's old paradigm. Okay? We're moving toward Aquarian ideals. Yeah, we're going to go over some serious bumps in the road. We already are. You know that. But this is the moment where you start questioning all of the old systems. You start questioning the old systems that have been implanted, quote unquote. And I'm not talking about, implants. I'm talking about the literal use of that word, right? Some planted, right? Seeds were planted in you when you were little, when you were young, or even yesterday, right? Depending on which stations you've been tuned into. And some of them were tuned into for you when you were little, right? Now is the moment, okay? Slowly but surely, by pausing, leaning back, breathing, coming back into your body, responding rather than reacting, writing down and releasing old words, old terminologies, old imprints, step by step, my friend. And then it starts to pick up speed, because once you are awake, it's really hard to go back to sleep again, right? Your mind might try to compel you, yeah, come on, let's just go back to the old habits, let's go to sleep, whatever it is, right? Just watch this over here. You don't need to think about that. Yeah? But actually, once you really grok how much power you have, how much beauty you are, it's very difficult to go to sleep for any long period of time. You might take a nap, so to speak, and then you're like, whoa, okay, no. I said no, right? Then comes the discipleship. You just keep picking it up, right? Don't be hard on yourself. This is an amazing thing that you're a human, that you're doing this right now. Do you know how amazing you are? Okay, for real. All right? Take heart, take courage. Okay, this is the time to return yourself to yourself. And your body is your best tool. I'm so happy to be here with you. I love you. Yeah. Talk soon.